Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Onnama Iti. I think last time there was one question I think Vasudha had asked about the Sada and Sarvada, which is what I think it came somewhere in the last time. Sarvada, in shloka number 16 last time, Sarvada Vigatas Sadvis Samudra Iva Sindhavihi Arya Sarva Samashchaiva Sadaiva Priyadarshanaha. So we had the word Sada and Sarvada both coming in there. So I just want to give you that, did they mean the same thing or were there differences? Actually, Panini says sutram for that. Just give the number so that, this word Sarvada, it optionally becomes Sada. So simple rule, nothing complicated. When the pratyaya da follows, the Sarva becomes Sa optionally. This is 536 number, Sarvasya Sonyatarasyanti. So that's sutram which says that the word Sarvada and can become Sada optionally. So basically Sarva can become Sa when the pratyaya da follows. So just put 536 is the sutram. If you want, you can look up in details. Let's put that over here. So second session. So 536 Sarvada optionally changes to replaced by Sa when the affix D follows. So that's how we get the two forms, Sada and Sarvada. They're both indeclinable. So Sarvada is really the, what should we say, the one to be expected. But Sada is a short form of that. Okay. So that is that. Let's continue from this. So now, from now on, you're going to see some interesting grammar now. Because so far we only had a list of qualities, Gunasuchi. Didn't have many vibhaktis. We only had Mulya, Prathama all the time. But now we're going to see more of like other vibhaktis and also some Kriya Padani. We'll have some other words. So let's see. Let me just try to focus this document. One more trick that we can do is that you can always, to see how many shlokas you take in one group, we can look at the translation down here, because they translate up to the point of, so evam tamevam guna sampannam ramam satya parakramam jeshtham jeshta gunair yuktam priyam priyan dasharathas sutam prakritinam hitair yuktam prakriti priya kamyaya yauvarajyena sanyoktum aichyat pritya mahipatihi. That is the first sentence. Now, how do we know it's the first sentence? Because we have only one verb has come so far, and that one was the one aichyat. So far we didn't have any verb, only aichyat came so far. Otherwise everything else mainly is qualifying tam ramam. So that's what they say, sought to invest with the office of regent, this blah 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 blah. So all the way up to here. So that tells us where we want to stop, to make the correct, because as I mentioned to you, this meter only counts the number of syllables. It doesn't care how many sentences are over, how many are to come. There might be more than one sentence in a shloka. There might be less than one sentence also. So that will not tell us how many we have. We have to look at that only counts the number of syllables. So we look at where the verb is coming, and that will dictate, how many sentences we have. Because ekating vakyam. because one tinganta makes a sentence. Oh. Okay, so let's one more time. So we're going up to this one, up to this mahipatihi. So tam evam guna sampannam ramam satya parakramam jeshtan jeshta gunair yuktam priyan dasharatah sutam prakritinam hitair yuktam prakriti priya kamyaya yauvarajyena sanyoktam aichat pritya mahipatihi. Okay, so if we do padacheda of that, it will become tam evam guna sampannam. Now here the question is that, is the evam in the compound or not? Because the evam is an avyaya. It could have been outside the compound, it could be inside the compound. Because when do we have this doubt? We have this doubt when there is the same word form, declined and undeclined is the same. So evam guna sampannam, the evam being avyaya. It will be, since avyad apsupaha, the sup ending goes away, it's the same form, but it is the declension ending always goes away from an avyaya. So avyayas, you never know whether they're compound or not. They could be in a compound, may not be in a compound. You have to only go from the meaning. Now, looking at the meaning, we have to see that evam is thus, is anena prakarena, athva idrisha guna sampannam, of such qualities. Sampannam is endowed. So endowed with such qualities. So that evam is really qualifying the guna shabda. Yeah. So that is why we have put inside the compound. Otherwise, there is really a choice whether you can keep it inside or outside. Always remember that. So when you have a declined, undeclined form the same, it may or may not be in the compound. So you try the two different choices and see what meaning you get. You know. Okay, Ramam, Satya Parakramam is a compound. We'll come back to the compounds. Jeshtham, Jeshta Gunaihi, Yuktam, Priyam, Dasharathaha, Sutam, Prakritinam, Hitair, Hitaihi, Yuktam, Prakriti Priya Kamyaya, Yauvarajyena Sanyoktam, Aichat Pritya Mahipatihi. So I said the verb is Aichat. Let's look at that for a second. Aichat. What kind of a form is that? That if you look at the ending ta, this is a past tense form. The Prasanna has a question.
Satish,
yes.
Here, this is when you are reading this, Jeshtam and Jeshta Gunairuktam.
Yes.
Actually, I have a book. It says Shreshta Gunairuktam. It says.
Yes, probably part of Veda. Yes. That also could be a possible reading. In fact, let me look at this book which gives all the Partha Veda. Let me see if it mentions that. The Ramayanam has a lot of Partha Vedas, I mean difference in text. So actually the word Jeshta and Shrestha, we're going to look at that in a second, but they can have similar meanings. Actually the one that I have is not showing any Partha Vedas. But it could be, it's possible. It's possible that it could be another reading. Jeshtam Shrestha Gunairuktam is also possible. But when you look at the meaning of it, you'll see why that is coming so. So we'll look at that in a second. So now the verb, the good way to attack a sentence is attack the verb. That tells you, what is the action going on. It also tell you, maybe if it's active or passive, and also might give you an indication, as the case may be, of who the doer might be, or who the object might be if it's passive. So now, Aichat. The interesting thing here is that there is actually an ad agama in that word Aichat. Because when you do this past tense form lung, we normally see an ad agama. That a comes in before the dhatu. Apashyad deva devasya Bhagavad Gita, right? So in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 11, we have this form Apashyad deva devasya Shaire Pandavastada. So that form is a lang lakara form with the ad agama. But here we have a lang lakara form, but we don't seem to see that ad agama over there. So we need to look at that for once to see what's going on there. Okay, let's see. Here it is. See, apashyad deva devasya. So apashyad, this is also a, just like aichat is also a third person singular lang lakara form. This is dhatu drish becomes apashyad. but there is the adagama is coming in before there. The adagama comes for 3 lakaras, which is the lung, lung, and rung. So it is the, yes, Vasudha has a question. Let me talk to Vasudha.
Satishji, namaste. E plus A becomes might be A there. A is there still.
Yeah, see, dhatu is ish.
Dhatu is ish. Then if you add A there, then it is becoming A because of Adguna.
But we have aichat, we have the I coming there.
Okay.
So what we have, Vasudha, we have the aichat as the form. Aichat. So we need to get a vriddhi somehow. So yeah, so that is what we are trying to deal with, because if we had ad gunaha, we could have had the a plus c becoming ad gunaha, but we need to get a vriddhi form aichat. So that's what we need to look at. But let's see. So what happens is that the adagama actually comes when we have one of these 3 lakaras falling. The lung 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 shvadattaha. Lung 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 shvadattaha is a sutram. It comes in 6.4. We won't go through all the details, but that is but the next sutram says ad ajadinam. Ad ajadinam. So if you have the dhatu which is ajadi dhatu, then in that case, instead of getting the at, we get the ad agamaha. So we have the dhatu ish right now, which is ajadi dhatu, beginning with a vowel. So therefore, we instead of getting the ad agamaha, we get the ad agamaha. So ad ajadinam 6472. So now that might get us to the form. Still we have a problem, because if we still take the a plus and the ish becomes ichha by the ishu yami gamam chaha. So the ish becomes ichha. So that is another, the ichhati form. I think you all know the form ichhati. So ish becomes ichha. And then you get the gana vikaranam, I think it's the 6th gana dhatu, sha, plus the t, the t, the e goes away, becomes ta. Now still between a and e, we should have had the ad gunaha. We still give us the form echat, not aichat. But see, Panini has put this ad agamaha, not just the a, but the ad has the ters and it, bahalantyam is there. And then another sutram says atascha vriddhi. Atascha is the vriddhi. Before, our sutram vriddhirechi, which we use all the time, the 616188. Below that is the one says atascha. So see 6190 atascha. So this art is a special kind of an a, which does a pura parayoho vriddhirekadesha with the following vowel. So the moment the art comes, but the art comes in other places also, not only here. So the moment this art agama comes, then you should be ready to make a vriddhi as the ekadesha between the art and the following ach. So 6190. So 6190 is the one that is so which will do the vriddhi as the ekadesha. So makes the art plus the e into I. So normally you should have had only ad gunaha, but the art is telling you that the moment the art comes, not any akara, but just the ad agama, then that is always does the vriddhi ekadesha between itself and the following ach. So that's what. And before that we did the adajadi nam. So the dhatu was ajadi, so therefore we did the adagamaha, not the adagamaha. So 6472 was the one that we bought, 6472. Since you're putting all these things here, so 6472 made the adagamaha. Then the last thing which I maybe put down here, I know we're not doing too much Pani in this class, but how ish became ichha. It's ishu yami gamam chaha. Ishu yami gamam chaha. Then we get the tuk agamaha. Okay, we won't go through all the steps, but I'll just give you the, I think it is 7377. So 7377. So the 7377, that's what played the role in changing the ish to icha. So actually this made it into a cha. we got tukagamaha, and it went through some other steps, become Aichat. Okay, so and then the ending E drop is sutram itascha, that comes in 3.4. See this, as I said to you before, this Tinganta Prakriya is the heart of Pani. Okay, I think I put this in the between by mistake. Okay, let me put this down here. Okay. This Tinganta Prakriya is the heart of Panini. We have to appreciate that and hope once you get past that, then you're ready to master Vyakaranam. Because Tinganta, there are, as you can see in this one form, Aichat, we require about 5 or 6 different rules which interact with each other. And unless you know a little bit of grammar to decipher, to unfold the form Aichat, it will be a little bit difficult. You can make some guess at it, looking at the ending ta, and looking at the translation. You can always make a good guess. But it is nice to know, and the rules work very well in the so Sutta Itashche 34100. I just put the number here without giving all the details. 34100 removes the ending E of. Okay, so what we have is that we have a third person singular parasmapada lang lakaraha. So means he desired. So no, he, she, it desired. So who is the karta? Clearly it is the Dasharataha Aichat. Dasharataha Aichat. Now what did he want to do? Is this Sanyoktum Aichat. Sanyoktum. He decided he wanted to endow or to join. So he wanted to endow somebody with something. And so Sanyoktum dhatu is yuj. So yoktum, sanyuj is to join together or to endow with. So sanyoktum aichat. Now who did he want to join with? Ramam sanyoktum aichat. Ramam is, sanyoktum is an avyaya, but tumun avyaya. It's like in Gita, dashtumichami te rupam aishuram purushottama. So dashtumichami. This dhatu without giving any numbers, but there is this tumun pratyaya can be used. When you have ichataka dhatu, when you have like that, you can use pratyaya. Bhoktum ichchami, dashtum ichchami, gantum ichchami, likitum ichchami, patitum ichchami. Very simple forms. Doesn't have to be dhatu. It can be vanchami also. So this any ichataka dhatu when you have, tumun can be used with that. So Dasharataha sanyoktum aichat. And Ramam sanyoktum aichat. He wanted to endow Ramaha. He wanted to endow. So Ramam is the Dvitiya Ekavachanam. It's the object. It's the object of the. For example, Aham Odanam Bhoktum Michhami. I want to eat rice. So the Odanam will be object of the dhatu bhuj, Bhoktum Michhami. So that Ramam is the karma of the dhatu yuj. Ramam sanyoktum aichat. And then Yauvarajyena. So Yauvarajyena, he wanted to endow him with the status of the crown prince. So Yuvarajaha, Yuvan means Yuvan is young. You say in English, right? Yuvan means young. Yuvarajaha is the young king, is the prince. And Yauvarajyam is Tasya Bhavaha, the status of that. Like Sundara becomes Saundaryam, right? Kripana becomes Karpanyam, Kliba becomes Klaibyam. So Yuvaraja becomes Yauvarajyam, means crown young prince-ness, means the status of the crown prince. So Dasharatha wanted to endow Ramaha with the status of the crown prince. Yauvarajyena sanyoktum aichat. Dasharatha has an adjective here. Mahipatihi. Mahi means the earth. Mahipatihi. That comes in Gita in a couple of places. Is very famous shloka of Gita, right? Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddha kuta nishchayaha. The middle of second adhyaya comes exactly in the middle of second adhyaya. I think it's number 37. How do I know that? Because the second adhyaya is 72 shlokas, and this is right in the beginning of the second half. because many times we have to stop after the first half. So we have, the moment you see Hatava, then we have to stop because that's begins the second half. The second half of the second adhyaya. So 36 plus 1, 37. Hatava prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. So if you are killed, you will go to heaven. If you win, you will enjoy the earth. So here it is, bhokshase mahim. So this words come in the Gita. So mahim means prithivim, and mahipatihi, very simple compound, which we have that, which means that the Lord of the earth. So Mahyaha, Mahi is like Nadi Shabda, so Nadyaha. So Mahyaha Patihi, Mahipatihi. Okay, now we had one more, actually Dashrata also is a compound. Dashrata means it's really derived, it's a technical term. So Dashasu Dikshu, Apratihataha Ratha Yasya Saha. So one whose chariot goes in all directions unimpeded. It's kind of extended compound. It's a Bahuvri compound. Dashasu Dikshu Apratihataha means in all 10 directions. Apratihataha Ratha Yasya Saha. Dasharataha. So Dasharataha, who was the Lord of the earth, was a king. This basically means king, okay. He desired to endow Rama with the status of the crown prince. Now, Rama has a bunch of adjectives now. Evam guna sampannam. Evam guna sampannam. Look at the ending is sampannam. That's an adjective form. It's a nishtha form coming at the end. Normally when you see that, you can try to use the tatpurusha samasaha. Because what are the 4 classes of samasas again? Dvandvaha, tat mean the avyebhavaha, tatpurusha and bahuvrihi. Dvandva means it has to be either a dual or plural form. It's A and B and C. Clearly we don't have that. Evam guna sampannam. Now first of all, this has 3 parts to it. Evam guna sampannam. Now let me see. Who anybody wants to try to do this for me? Evam guna sampannam. What kind of compound will this be? So, okay, let me see. Kartik and Vasudha. Okay, Vasudha can try. Let's see, Vasudha. Yes.
Tritiya tatpurusha gunena evam gunena sampannaha.
So gunaihi sampannaha.
Gunaihi sampannaha.
Tritiya tatpurusha. That's correct. So between evam guna and sampanna, we'll have tritiya tatpurusha. And as I said to you, when you see a nishtha, the ta pratyaya at the end, you should try to use tritiya tatpurusha, a very common use. So, and this Pani Sutram is Kratukarane Kruta Bahulam. Kratukarane Kruta Bahulam. When the Kudanta form is at the end, the tritiya tatpurusha can be formed Bahulam in many different ways. So, Evam Gunaihi Sampannam. How about Evam Guna itself? Any suggestion on that? What do we make that?
Evam Guna Karmadharaya.
Karmadhar. You can take Evam, you can take it as Idrisha Guna Sampannam.
Evam Idrisha Guna Sampanna.
Idrisha is of this kind of. Athava we can take Evam if we take it as the Purvakta Prakarena. So Evam generally means Anena Prakarena in this manner. Or in English thus. So evam means thus in English, thus. If you want to take it that way, purvakta prakarena, then you have to make it like a miscellaneous compound. If you can take evam as qualifying guna, then we can see evam is an amvya shabda. So it can admit of 2-3 meanings we can take it. Normally evam means anena prakarena. By the way, don't get confused between evam and eva. They're 2 different words. Evam and eva. They're both amvyas. So, eva generally means cha, matram or kevalam. That is eva. But evam means anena prakarena, thus in this manner. So, but then now it's gone inside the compound now. So evam may also mean of this kind. So if you make it of this kind, then we can take it as a Karmadharya compound. Otherwise, we'll have to make it as a miscellaneous compound. So thus in this manner, evam guna sampannam. So we can even look at the commentaries, what they have to say. So this is number one, because this is the commentator's job, is to split up these compounds for us, so to give us the Vigraha Vakyam. So let us see what he says for evam guna sampannam. See, evam guna sampannam prag ukta ritya sakala kalyan guna yuktam. So evam means prag ukta ritya. So as described previously. So then if you take it like that, he's not taking it as really as an adjective to guna. So then probably you'll have to make it like there's also a fifth category of compounds called sup-supa or sahasupa, or it's called kevala samasaha. Like in Gita you have, adrishta pura mushitosmi drishtva. So Arjuna says, I'm happy to see this form which has not been seen before. Adrishta purvam. Now that is going to be, we will not fit any of our four categories. So there's also this last category of samasas called the kevala samasaha or sahasupa or sup-supa. Means one soup can come from another soup and not form any special compound. It's a miscellaneous category of compound. So then looking at what they've given over here, it looks to me they might be implying that it should be a let me look at another commentary. It says tam prasiddham evam guna sampannam. Let us see. Evam datru doshena pundararanyamukta sapadanam prasanna. Okay, he's not giving that. Evam sarvaguna sampannam. Okay, what some of them are doing is taking evam and supplying sarvaguna sampannam. In that case, you may even keep the evam outside there. You don't have to make even evam part of the compound. Tam, keep it separate. Then evam, see this one thing in this text is that having a space or not having a space is not very reliable. Okay, so you should not depend on the space in the book as telling you 100% whether the compound is there or not. Of course, normally the editor will make it easy for you and not put the space when the compound is there. But there may be a choice because this one commentator, he says, evam, apparently outside the compound, anena purvakta prakarena, sarva guna sampannam. So then he's supplying sarva and making sarva guna sampannam. So you have a couple of choices here. But if you can take evam as idrisha guna sampannam, then it will become karmadharya. If you want to keep evam inside the compound and make it ukta ritya means by the said prior method, it might become a sup-supa compound. If you want to keep evam outside the compound, then probably you have to supply something with guna sampannam. So then maybe you can say evam means purvakta prakarena, and guna sampannam means sarva guna sampannam, understood sarva guna sampannam. That's also the good choice. Because see, sup-supa should not be used. It's not a regular category. It's a miscellaneous category. So we should not invoke that unless we really have to. So really given a choice, it might be better to say tam, evam, into bracket sarva, guna sampannam. Probably is one of the better choices over here. So then we can make it as pruthak padam evam. Okay. So anyway, guna sampannam then is easy, as Vasudha already said, it's titya tatpurushaha. It's qualifying Ramam. How about satya parakramam? What kind of compound is that? Anybody? Vasudha, what do you think?
That is bahuvrihi.
Bahuvri. Katham nyatam bhavatya? How do you know?
Yasya saha satya parakramaha.
Uttara padam visheshanam nasti.
Then that saha and satya parakramaha, different from both the things.
Yeah, so what you have satya, we have in the compound we have two words, satya and parakramaha. Now clearly we are not talking about the parakrama itself. We are talking, it is obviously qualifying Ramam. And the word parakrama is a noun, it's not an adjective. So the only way to convert a noun to an adjective is to make it bahuvrihi. It's not a dvandva, obviously, it's not A and B. It is not a avya bhava because they are not declined. So this can either be tatpurushaha or bahuvrihi. The bahuvri is anyapada pradhanaha. Tatpurusha uttara pradhanaha. Tatpurusha uttara pada pradhanaha. Then we would have, if this was tatpurusha samasa, if this were tatpurusha samasa, then parakrama would have been the pradhanam. It would be talking about the parakrama itself, which may be possible. True valor. You can make satya parakrama as true valor. But then it will not qualify Ramam. If you want to make it qualify Ramam, the only way is to make it Bahuvrihi. So again, one more time, if Parakrama is a noun, so if you want to keep a Tatpurusha Samasa, but Tatpurusha includes also the Karmadharyas. If you want to keep this as a Tatpurusha compound, either way it has to be a Uttara Pada Pradhana. And that will mean Parakramam is the Mukhya Padam, which is not what we want. We want to qualify Ramam. So then we have to say Satyaha Parakramaha Yasya Saha. So one whose valor is unfailing, Amogha. Satyam is Amogha, is unfailing prowess. Unfailing prowess, Satya Parakramam. Okay, now comes
what is Satyaha? Satyaha. What is the meaning you told?
Satyam is true, means Amogha, unfailing.
Amogha, okay.
Amogha, unfailing, means from the context, Satyam is true. Okay, Prasanna has a question. Let me talk to Prasanna. Yes, Prasanna.
Satishji, can you please repeat one more time what is the Tatpurusha and Dvandva and Bahuvrihi, if you don't mind?
Yeah, there are 4 of them. See, Dvandva means Charthe Dvandva. Charthe means A and B and C and D, like Rama, Lakshmana, So in this compound we have Satya and Parakrama. Satya is qualifying Parakrama. It's not Satya, 2 different items, That's why it should not be Bahuvri. Not be Dvandva. Dvandva means when you have, 2 or more different items and just adding them together. Not qualifying each other, but say like Rama, Lakshmana. So Rama and Lakshmana is Rama, Lakshmana. Like Pani, Padam, Sukham, Dukkham, Sukha, Dukkham. These are all, when you have to put a cha in between, you have to put a cha in between to get a Dvandvaha. Because Panini says Charthe Dvandvaha. Charthe. You have to put and. So if the meaning was Satya and Parakrama, you'd have had to form Satya Parakramau. Satya and Parakrama separately, A and B. Which clearly we don't have that because we have a singular declension over here. We can have a Samahara Dvandva, but they become neuter and all that. So we can have, like we say, Pani, Padam, Sukha, Dukkham. We can also have a collection compound within the Dvandva. So there are 2 kinds of Dvandvas. One is called Itareta Dvandva and one is called Samahara Dvandva. In any case, you have to use a cha in between. It should not make sense for us. The second is I shouldn't say second, but the easy one, see, because these are easy to spot. The Dvandva is easy to spot. It is A and B. So it's very easy to spot. I don't think you can miss a Dvandva Samasa that easily. So that's why we take it first. Either we have it or we don't have it. So we can rule it out very fast. So that's why I take Dvandva first. Try it out, and if it doesn't work, it's very easy. The second one which I try is the Avyeya Bhava. The Avyeya Bhava normally creates Avyayas, like Yatha Shakti. So Yatha Shakti creates an Avyeya. So Anavyayam Avyayam Bhavati te Avyeya Bhava. So Anavyeya Avyeya Bhavati. So which is not Avyeya becomes an Avyeya. We say Yatha Shakti, the word Shakti was not an Avyeya. But now the compound Yatha Shakti created an Avyeya for you. Now here we don't have an Avyeya. It's declined here for Satya Parakramam. Clearly it has Subhan, so it has a Supratya is there. So this cannot be Avyeya Bhava. So those are also easy to spot. If you don't have an Avyeya, generally it is not going to be an Avyeya Bhava Samasa. So these 2 are very easy to spot. The Dvandvaha, which is you have to use Charthe, or the Avyeya Bhava. Now comes the next 2 which are always confusing. Tatpurushaha and Bahuvrihi. And the key to them is that the Bahuvrihi is Anya Pada Pradhanaha, which is the thing being referred to by the Samasaha should not be in the Samasaha. So Satyam is true or unfailing, and Parakrama is prowess. If we are talking about Ramaha now. So these 2 are not directly qualifying Ramaha. It is one whose prowess is unfailing. So that is what makes it as a Bahuvrihi. If it were Tatpurusha, as I said, the Parakramam will be the Mukhya Padam. Pradhana Padam will be Parakramam. So one more way to check Tatpurusha or Karmadhara is leave behind the Pura Padam. Leave Satya, don't take Satya. Just take Parakramam. Is that what we are talking about right now? Are we talking about Parakrama? No, we are talking about Ramaha. So Parakrama alone will not describe Ramaha. Parakrama is a noun on its own right. One more check you can do is if the Uttar Pada is a noun, then likely you don't have a, Tatpurusha. You can have Karmadharya maybe. You could have a Karmadharya over here. But otherwise you will not have, it's not an adjectival form on its own. This is a noun form. We talk about Parakrama on itself. So this is going to be Bahuvrihi because we are not talking about the Parakrama. We're talking about Ramaha who's not in the compound. So that's how you can test from the meaning. As I said, you could have had the word Satya Parakrama as referred to the Parakrama itself. That would be Karmadharya. I'm sorry, yes, Karmadharya, correct. Karmadharya, and Karmadharya is a subset of Tatpurushaha. But here, since you want to refer to Ramaha, it has become Bahuvrihi. Is that less confusing, more confusing? Or?
No, Satishji, thank you so much. Yeah,
Okay,
very definitions I got for everything. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we will practice them as we go along. So, or one more thing as I mentioned is the Bahuvrihi converts a noun to an adjective. Bahuvrihi converts a noun to adjective. So Parakrama was a noun. We want to make adjective to Ramaha, so it became an adjective. The only way to do that is the Bahuvrihi. Okay, now come this interesting formation, Jeshtham Jeshtha Gunair Yuktam. Okay, a little bit of Panini for you. I know we don't want to do too much Panini in this class, but this Jeshtham can take two meanings. Two different meanings can get Jeshtham. First of all, there is two pratyas which are called Tara and Tama. In English, we call them comparative and superlative degrees. Like when you say, for example, take Yuvan Pratipadikam. Yuva Taraha means younger. Yuva Tamaha means youngest, right? But you can say also we can make it, it's a special word. You can make it Kaniyan and Kanishtha also. I think also make Yaviyan, Yavishtha also. So this Iyas and Ishtan can be used in place of Tara and Tama, but only if we have the Gunavachaka Shabdas. No participles, cannot use that. So Tara and Tama can be used after basically any adjectival form. Say Pachaka Taraha, Pachaka Tamaha. So he's a better cook, he's the best cook. But Pachaka is not a Gunavachaka Shabda. Gunavachaka means that Pachaka means one who cooks. So he should, because of some action that he is doing, we are getting the word Pachakaha. So that will not qualify for Iyas and Ishtan. So let's quickly look at these sutras here. If you want to look at it in detail, see this is a section that Pani talks about Tamap and Tarap. So Tamap is the Atishayane. Superlative degree is what Pani Atishayane. And when you want to distinguish two from one another, better, just only comparison between two, then you use Tarap. Dvivachana Vibhajyapapade. When this Dvivachanam is there, when you want to distinguish between two things, you can use Tara. But then next sutram he says Ajadi Gunavachana Deva. By the way, we are in the Tadita Adhikara, okay? We are in 5.3 right now. Talk about Taditas. We are creating secondary nouns. So when you have the word Vriddha, Vriddha already is a Pratipadikam. Vriddha Tara, Vriddha Tama. So Pani says you can use Ajadi Gunavachana Deva. So the Iyasun and Ishtan, which are the other two pratyas. So Tara can also be, instead of Tara we can use Iyas. Iyas is called, Pani calls Iyasun, Pani calls it Iyasun. And the Ishtan, these can be used only Gunavachana Deva. Anyway, don't worry about all the details right now. But the 5358 gives that Ajadi Gunavachana Deva. The reason I'm bringing all this up is that what we need is this 5360, 61, 62. What does it say? Is when you use this Iyasun or Ishtan, the word Prashasya means praiseworthy. Prashasya becomes Shraha. So it becomes Shreyan in Bhagavad Gita, right? Shreyan Sadharmo Vigunaha Pradharma Sonishchitat. This comes in two chapters. In the 3rd chapter and the 18th chapter, the same line comes in the Gita in 2 chapters. Shreyan Sadharmo Vigunaha Pradharma Sonishchitat. Okay, so the word Shreyan. So Shreyan means what? It means a Pali Shreyas. It means Prashasya Tara. So Prashasya Taraha is Shreyan. Means better. In short, more praiseworthy. Means better. In short, means better. So this Prashasya becomes Shra when you want to use Iyasun or Ishtan. So prashasya tara is same as shreyas. Prashasya tama is same as shrestha. But we have the jeshta form right now. So next sutram says jacha. So not only you get shreyas and shrestha, you also get, jayas and jeshta. So now we got three forms now. Prashasya tara, shreyas and jayas. And comes in Purush Suktam, right? Purush Suktam we have Ato Jaya Agashcha Purushaha. So the Purusha, was better than that, or we can so he was more than that. Ato Jaya Agashcha Purusha. In the beginning of Purush Suktam it comes there. So Jayan, comes in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3, first shloka. Very first word of the third chapter of Gita. Arjuna Vacha. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhi janardana. So Jayasi means prashasya tara. Buddhi is qualifying buddhi. So it becomes Jayasi. So the ja can be used in place of prashasya when you have either the iyasun or ishtan following. But look at the next sutra. Vruddhasya cha. So not only prashasya, but vruddha also will become ja. So now when you say jeshtaha, he can either be prashasya tamaha or vruddha tamaha also he can be. Vruddha tamaha. So that's how you got these two meanings, which is what Valmiki is trying to play on when he says I put his numbers in the document, 5360 to 62. So from 5360 to 5362, we end up with the conclusion that the word jeshtaha could have come from prashasya or vruddha, which is what Panini says. So we can get the word jeshtaha as being this can be equal to prashasya tamaha athva vruddha tamaha. So he can mean the oldest or the best. Either one will give the same form, vruddha tamaha. So that's what this. And the one last point, I just mentioned to you that we cannot use the iyasun and two questions. Okay, we got two questions. Okay, let me take Vasu as a question. Yes, Vasu.
Oh,
Did I make? I made a typo. Yes, I did.
No.
But I knew. But see, just the fear of your hand makes me get a typo. See. Bhaya deva jnatam maya. Jeshtaha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Apart from that, I have a question.
Okay.
A Jeshta Bhrata,
Yes.
does it only apply to the oldest brother?
No, it can be either one.
Okay.
It can be either, but most of the time we mean oldest only from the usage, According to Panini, it can also be the best brother also it can be. So, but in usage, mostly it'll be eldest brother only. But grammar wise, yes, you can use also prashasya tamaha also it can be. It can be. But they don't see, normally when they use jeshta, they don't use the prashasya tamaha form because it's confusing, So mostly when the word jeshta or jayan is used, it is really used to mean older only, But sometimes, like we have in this shloka right now, we can use it for prashasya tamaha. It can be either one, technically speaking. Okay, let's see. Prasanna has a question. Let's see. Like in Gita, I just told you, right? Jayasi chet karmanaste, bhatta buddhi janardana. So Jayasi means you can prashasya tara. Actually, in Gita, we do have that form. So when we say bhrata, when you say it generally means older brother. Okay, go ahead, Prasanna.
No, Satish, I was going to just point out the Jeshta, the typo, that's all.
Oh, typo voice, thank you. Okay, yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so that's what we got. The last one I want to clean up over here. I just mentioned to you that you cannot use the ishtan and iyasun. I'm sorry, the iyasun and ishtan after the verbal participle. But prashasya and vruddha are actually these participle forms. Then how are we even using the iyasun and ishtan? Because Panini specifically says that you have to make, you can make prashasya into prashasya becomes ja, and vruddha also becomes ja. The fact that he's telling you that vruddha has to be made ja, and prashasya also can be made ja, clearly it has to allow the ishtan and, the iyasun and ishtan. Otherwise, there's no point saying prashasya can become jya when yesunishtan form when they cannot be used. So vachana samarthyat, because of Panini's sutram is there, we realize that even though normally these participle forms, which do not take the yesun and ishtan, let me say pachaka tamaha, we cannot use any ishtan with that. But these two are exceptions to that, because Panini specifically mentioned those in the Sutra Pata. Okay. So now what Valmiki has done is that he has taken them back to back, and he has made one of them as the Jeshtham means Vruddhatamam, I'm sorry, the eldest son. So Jeshtham Sutam, qualifying Sutam. So the eldest son. And then Jeshtagani Gunair Yuktam, he has made it into the Prashasyatamaihi Gunaihi Yuktam. So one place he has taken as the oldest son and endowed with the best qualities. That's why I went through all this exercise of telling you that the jya can be prashasyasya jyacha and vruddhasya. So that is what this, that's why I wanted to mention this to you. So jyacha, vruddhasya cha. Okay, so prashasya coming on with this. So that is what we have to, I think, because otherwise it will not make sense to make the qualities oldest, it will not make any sense. So Sandarbha Nyayate, So he was the oldest son, endowed with the best kind. Clearly, Jeshta Guna is a Karmadharya compound. Adjective, very easy. Adjective noun, So Prashasya Tama Gunaihi Yuktam. And Yuktam is the Dhatu Yuj, becomes Yuktam, is qualifying Ramaha, Yuktam. Then Priyam is also a adjective with the Dhatu Pri. So Prinatiti Priyaha. Actually, one who pleases is Priyam. So Pratyaya Ka is added to make the word Priyam. This also specifically Panini says this Dhatu Pri can take the Pratyaya, can take this Pratyaya Ka to make Priyam. Only give the number, not any more details. Is in the 3.1 Panini's Sutram, it says that Igupada Nya Pri Kiraha. So that is the to the end of 3.1. You can use this in the active sense to make a noun Igupada Nya Pri Kriha Kaha. So here it is. It is 3.1.135. Igupada Nya Pri. So Dhatu Pri is specifically mentioned by Panini in this Sutram. 3.1.135. So that makes the word Priyam. Prinatiti Priyam. Put it in document with 3.1.135, right? Put it in document. So if in case you want to look it up on your own, you can look it up this number. Because normally when Panini specifically puts a dhatu in a sutra, we should normally know these forms. Because it is Vishesha Ullekha Priyaha. So Priya. Okay. So continuing with that now, so that's all qualifying Ramam. And then comes Prakritinam Hitair Yuktam. Prakritinam Hitair Yuktam. Again, Yuktam is qualifying Rama, is endowed with. So Prakriti has various meanings, by the way. Prakriti can mean nature. Prakriti can also mean Vyakaranam, Prakriti and Pratyaha. When you have Pratyaha, Prakriti is like the base, the natural state of that. And then when you add the Pratyaha, when you add it, it becomes, so Vikaram Prapnoti. It becomes transformed, So, but here Prakriti means Praja. Prajanam Hitair Yuktam. So he was endowed with, or he had a feeling of, he was a benefactor of the people. Benefactor. So Hitakarihi Yuktam. So he was endowed with qualities which are beneficial to the people. Beneficial to the people. Then it says Prakriti Priya Kamyaya. Now, who can base compound from anybody? Prakriti Priya Kamyaya. Prakriti Priya Kamyaya. Okay, Vasudha wants to try. I'll give Vasudha a chance. So let's see when in the prior one, in the commentary, which says the Prakriti Nam. He says the Prakritinam Hitair Yuktam, that Hita Shabdaha is Prakritinam is equals Prajanam. Hitair is Iha Amutra Hita Avahihi Yuktam. So which Hita is benefit. So you have to supply a little bit in between to make a sense of all of that. Is that Prakritinam is Prajanam, Hitaihi Hita phalaka upadeshaihi yuktam. You make a little bit transformation there. Because you cannot say he was endowed with benefits for the people. So you can also say that he was endowed with, so the one comment is saying is upadeshaihi. So hita phalaka upadeshaihi. So his advice to the people was very beneficial. His qualities were beneficial. Maybe we can say, so hita avahaihi gunaihi yuktam, maybe upadeshaihi. So anyway, okay. So now let's see, Vasudha can take the prakriti priya kamyaya. You want to try that one? Yes.
Prakriti prajanam priyam praja priyam prakriti priyam prakrutinam priyam prakriti priyam.
Now, first, what is the Pratipadikam here? Let's start from that.
Pratipadikam prakriti priyakama.
No, that will not give kamyaya, will it?
Kamyaya. There he is looking for tritiya, no? Okay, prakriti. No, I'm looking for sasti actually. Prakriti na.
This is tritiya ekavachanam. And this is like a Sita vachamda.
Sita, okay, Sitaya. Sitaya. Kama, kamyaya. Prakriti priyakama.
No, kamya.
Kamya, okay. Prakriti priya kamya.
Sitavat.
Okay.
So prakriti priya kamya. Now what could this be now? What kind of, so we have prakriti, we have priya. What else do we have? Is that priya kam? Okay, Vasu has an suggestion, let's see. So prakriti priya kamya is a pratipadikam. Tritiya ekavachanam. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. I thought prakriti priya kami.
That will be kamin pratipadikam. Kamin.
Yeah, kami.
Kamin. And that may, in the meaning will only qualify Rama, then maybe. It will become prakriti priya kaminam. So it will not become kamyaya, right? So definitely Pratipadikam should be like Sitavat only. What else can give us the word kamyaya, right? What the form can give us? So it will become Ramayana, it will become, if you like, Nadi will become Nadya, it will become like Buddhya, become Harina, Guruna. So this has to be like Sitavat Shabda or Latavat. So Prakriti Priya Kamya. Okay, this is a difficult one. Okay, I'll give you the answer for this. This is not easy, but I do want to tell you, where is come in Gita, anybody? Tenth Adhyaya, memorize Gita, 10th Adhyaya, first shloka. It says what? I think it's right in the first Adhyaya. It says, Bhuya eva mahabaho, Shridame paramvachaha yatteham priyamanaya, Vakshami hita kamyaya. Yes. 10th Adhyaya, first shloka. Hita kamyaya. So if you know Bhagavad Gita very well, nothing will stump you that easily, Nothing will stump you. So, Sthira Pratishtha Syad Vyakarana Shastre. You'll be firmly established in Vyakaranam if you know Gita very well. Because the word Hita Kamyaya, it comes in Bhagavad Gita. So if you know that well, then you already know this formation. So, Bhuyava Mahabaho Shriname Paramvachaha. So again, listen to my excellent words. Yatteham Priyamana Yavakshami. I shall tell you because you're being pleased by my words. Hita Kamyaya. With a desire to do benefit to you. Desire to do benefit. Hita Kamyaya. As it turns out, this pratyaya is kamyach. This kamyach is actually one of the, what is called, it creates a namadhatu. Nabadhatu. So hitam, ichchati iti hitakam, hitakamya. Hitakamya is a new dhatu is created. Became hitakamya. And then from that new dhatu, I'll give you the number for that, hitakamya. So the pratyaya is kamyach. When you desire something for oneself, it is called, you can use pratyaya kamya. So this comes the beginning of the third adhyaya of the Ashtadhyayi, where Pani talks about namadhatus. And this one is this pratyaya kamya. This is a difficult one for us, because I think which we don't know so far is that the pratyaya kamyach is being used. It says 319 kamyacha. So
do we even need a specific pratyaya? I mean, kama is desire, kamya is desirable. That's not enough?
No, because then you get the wrong meaning. What will become? Kamya is fit to be desired.
Yeah, fit to be desired, correct.
Then you're stuck. How will you?
And kamyach is what? Kamyach makes
Kamyach
it.
is actually is an affix which creates a nama dhatu. So that's the confusing part here. This dhatu kam is there. Kam will become kama and all that, become kamya karma. Like so kamya can be an adjective, which is fit to be desired, But then that will be, then we are stuck with the wrong meaning. So and we now had an adjective at the end. And who is it qualifying then? See, this is not qualifying anybody. The priya kamya is a noun in its own right. It's a noun. It is not adjective. If you make kamya as what Anup is suggesting, then we end up with an adjective to somebody. Adjective in the second half, that too. It's a major problem because then we have to, even karmadharya won't work for us. So yeah, another word kamya could also be possible, but this is not that. That's the confusing part about this, is that if you look at this like that, you will think the pratyaya is come. But the dhatu is come, and somehow you formed a participle form out of that. But as it turns out, there's a pratyaya called kamyach. That may have, probably came dhatu come, it may have come. Sorry for the pun. This may have come from come, but it is actually now it is a separate pratyaya itself. So when you say hita, so when you say putra kamyati means that he wants atmanaha putram ichchati, putra kamyati. So that is the way that this pratyaya works, is when you say supa atmanaha tyat ichchayam. So when someone desires something for himself, you can use this pratyaya kamyach. So that is in fact the example I think Kashika gives is that putra kamyati. So 319 is a sutram. Putra kamyati, hita kamyati. Now what happens is that when we create these derived nouns, if you want to make a feminine noun out of it, when you create derived verbs, when you create derived verbs, let's take a sananda prayogaha. For example, jidnyasuhu. Jidnyasa is a derived verb, means jnatum ichchati, that is jidnyasati, who wants to know, like the one who wants to drink, right? So patum ichchati, pipasati. So to make a feminine noun, we just add a long R and make a feminine noun, like pipasa is patum ichcha pipasa. So chikirsha, kartum ichcha chikirsha. Similarly here, if you want to make a feminine noun out of this, you just add the a and make it as make it hitakamya as a feminine noun. So hitakamya means what? Hitakamya means desire for benefit. So desire for benefit. So you can make it like, so hitam ichchati or hitam ichchati will be hitakamyati. So then we make hitakamya is a desires. So in short, we can like hitecha, Because if you want a really simple translation, if you want, make it hitecha. I just give you the sutram for where that comes, is that in the, because normally we make feminine from striyam tin, you make feminine nouns. But apratyasya, when you have the derived secondary verbs, then to make a feminine noun, apratyayat. So 33102 apratyayat. You only add the then at the top to make hitakamya. So priyakamya. So in this, if you want to keep it simple, just make it priya ichcha. Prakriti priya ichchaya. Okay, then the compound becomes kind of easy, right? Prakritinam priyam. Tasya ichchaya. If you make it like that. So Prakritinam priya is clearly Shashi Tatpurusha, there is no doubt about that. What is pleasing to the people. So Prakritinam priyam ichchati. So you can say Prakriti priya kamyati. He wants to have to do what is dear to the people. So again, if you want to convert it to a simpler form, you can make Prakriti priya ichchaya. So then with a desire to do what was pleasing to the people. Again, the people is the same meaning as the Prakriti which I had before. Prakriti is prajanam, praja priya kamya. So but if you want the Paninian way, this priya kamya is a derived noun, derived verb, Make a feminine noun priya kamya with that. Then Prakritinam priya, that is the Shashi Tatpurusha. This is a difficult form. It comes in Gita. Pratyaya is kamyach. So remember that pratyaya kamyach if you see that. Particularly as Uttarapada, if you see that like that, it's going to be the kamyach. And just make it as ichcha. That make it easy for you. So Ichcha, Priya Kamya. Okay. Yavarajana Sanyoktam, we read that Ichat Pritya, only last is Pritya. It's clearly was Priti. Priti means affection. So out of affection. It's probably Hetau. Hetau Tritiya means out of affection, due to affection. He wanted to crown. Yes, Vasu.
Yeah, Prakriti Priya Kamyaya is not Bahuvrihi.
No, it's not Bahubri.
No, okay.
If you may Priya Kamya, may Priya Ichcha, right? So because the word Ichcha is in there already.
So it is not becoming an adjective.
Well, if it is Bahuvri, who is it qualifying? Tell me. If it is Bahuvri, what is Anyapada Pradhana? Who is Anyapada then? If you say Bahuvri, you should always tell me what is the Anyapada which is qualifying.
It is clearly not Rama.
It's a feminine form, Kamya, yeah. Correct? It's a feminine form. So Dasharatha wanted to crown Rama wanted to appoint him as the crown prince with a desire to do what was pleasing to the people. So desire to please the people. So Prakriti Priya Kamya. So Prakriti Priya Kamya is not qualifying Rama.
Yeah, thank you.
So okay. Now Balaram.
Satishji?
Yes.
I just wanted to know if it can be some Upapada Samasa with a niche added to come, like Kami, can something that like that form.
Kamayati, become Kamayati. So
Oh, okay.
No, so then generally niche will become Kamya. So Kamya will be difficult to get with that,
Okay.
With the samasas. So, okay. Let's bring our translator on the line. Oh, Vasudha also has a question again. Yes, Vasudha.
It can be Tritiya Tatpurusha Kamyaya, and then the Prakriti Priyam can be Sasti Tatpurusha.
So Prakriti.
Prakrutinam Priyam. Prakriti
Priyam. And then what do you do with Kamya then?
Then Kamya.
So remember one thing. Kamya is only a Pratyaya Kamyach. It cannot.
Okay.
You will not have a standalone noun called Kamya. It has to be with
Priya Kamya, yeah. Okay.
Priya Kamya is a Nama Dhatu. Priya Kamya.
Then I cannot do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That because that was the trick in that thing is that if you look at the sutram there, he says that you have to have a sup over there before that. So when you say the Supa Atmanaha Kyach, so the sup has to take the Pratyaya Kamyach. It's only a Pratyaya. It's not a standalone noun. It's not like that. So that's why that actually the Priya Kamya was a Nama Dhatu. And Priya Kamya was a Silinga Shabdaha. So that's why it has become as a one. So that's why this is a difficult compound. So the only compounding there is between the Prakriti and the Priya Kamya. So actually we can make it Prakriti Priya. We can do that. Prakriti Priya make it. Prakriti Nam Priyam. And then make it Prakriti Priya Kamya as a Nama Dhatu. That'll do it. Okay, let me bring our translator on the line. Balramji is here. Okay. Yes.
Namaste.
Balramji, you are there?
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste. So, okay, let's see. With the intent to gratify the people. Which one should we use? That is the Prakriti Priya Kamya. Correct? Balramji, are you there? Maybe his mic is not working, maybe. Okay. So, let's see, I unmuted you, right? I think I unmuted him. Yeah, okay, let me try again. Balramji, are you there? No, maybe his mic is not working. Okay, let me try. Who wants to do it? Okay, Vasu would like to do it. Okay, I'll keep Balram unmuted. If he comes on, he can try it also. Okay, Vasu, let's see. With the intent to gratify the king, to gratify the people. Yes, go ahead.
Prakriti Priya Kamyaya.
Okay, because here the people is Prakriti, gratifies the pleasing is a Priya Kamya, and the intent is that Kamya Pratyaya which came that. Okay. The king.
The Emperor Dasharatha.
No, what about the king? What is that?
Mahipatihi.
Mahipatihi is the king. Okay, Emperor Dasharatha, I think is Dasharatha. Lovingly.
Pritya.
Pritya is lovingly. Lovingly is Pritya. Now he sought. Desired.
Samvyoktu maichadaha.
No, sought is Aichat.
Aichat.
Some desired, Aichat.
Aichat.
To invest.
Samvyoktu.
Sanyoktam means to endow kind of, So with the office of regent.
Yavyarajyena.
Yauvarajyena. Now, if you go the regent, I think this pronunciation may be wrong, but Yuvarajaha is the crown prince. The Yauvarajyam, which is coming there, that's Tadita Pratyaya make the office of Tasya Bhavaha. The office of which they got, because that Pratyaya has been used, like, the state of that, like Saundaryam, Karpanyam, Klaibyam, like that. So the state of the crown prince is the office of the crown prince. The office of has been got from the Tadita Pratyaya which has been used over there, okay? So that's how he got the office of. Okay, his beloved son. Beloved
Priyam Sutam.
Priyam Sutam, okay. Sri Ramaha is
Ramam.
Ramam, who possessed unfailing prowess.
Satya Parakramam.
Parakramam. And was adorned with the aforesaid qualities.
Tamevam Guna Sampannam.
Only evam, not tam. Evam Guna Sampannam. So now they have made this as the Karmadharya compound, because clearly in the Patha they have not put any space over here. So they have put evam is purvokta guna sampannam. So they have given the meaning as evam as aforesaid. They've taken evam as purvokta guna sampannam. So adorned with sampannam, guna is qualities, and evam is taken as purvokta. Okay, who was not only the eldest,
Jeshtam.
but also endowed with the highest. See what they did? They made it with the highest virtues.
Jeshta Gunair Yuktam.
Jeshta Gunair Yuktam. Endowed is Yuktam. So that's how because of the three sutras which we saw, Prashasya they have used in the second one, the Vruddha they have used in the first one. So Vruddha Tamaha, Prashasya Tamaihi Gunahi Yuktam. And devoted to the interest of the people. So of the people is Prakritina, right?
Prakritina Hitair Yuktam.
Hitair Yuktam, interest of the people. So actually endowed with, so benefits means endowed with maybe qualities which are beneficial to the people. Qualities or intentions which are beneficial to the people. Okay, so that is that. Thank you. Maybe we can do at least one more. Let us see. So okay, Balram says. Actually, Balram, can you speak, Balram? I cannot hear you. My mic is. Yeah, is that you? Go ahead. Balram, can you speak? Maybe is your mic working? Okay, I cannot hear you, so I'll keep you unmuted. So if you want to try fixing your mic, we'll do the next one with you. Okay. So I hear you first time, then I couldn't hear you. I still cannot hear you right now. I'll keep you unmuted. Okay. All right. So now let's see which you take the next shloka we have to take up to where unfortunately the page is going to up to the next page. Let's try to find the verb. Witnessing the preparation in connection with the installation, the illustrious King Kearney who had been granted the boon. Let's try to find the verb over here. Asked him. Okay. So the verb should be asked of him. Okay. So let's find where that is in the shloka. So Puram Dattavara Devi Varamenama Yachata. Actually, we have to start from here. Tasya Visheka Sambharan Drishtva Bharyatha Kaikayi. Puram Dattavara Devi Varamenama Yachata. Vivasanancha Ramasya Bhartasya Vishechanam. So now the verb is ayachata. Clearly you can see the adagama there. Is either going to be the only three lakaras take the adagamaha, and that is the lung, lung, lung. Actually, let's quickly look at that for 1 second, and if you can just apply it, it's a simple logic, you can figure out which one it is. Okay, let's do that quickly, because this is a very common. It could come all the time. If you can just use some simple logic, we can figure out which one of the three choices. So trayaha paryayaha santi. So, but we can take the so 6471. We saw the adagama coming in 3 lakaras, which is the lung, lang, rung, shudadatta. Okay, so let's quickly tell you that. So 6471. You get the adagama. Ad means the beginning a, like apashyat deva deva we saw in Gita, right? So ad comes, in connection comes when comes before the root. When in the case of the three tenses, 3 lakaras, I should say. In case of either the lung, this is in the Panini's order, by the way. So lung, lung, shradataha. So lung, and then lung. Okay. Now, out of these, the lung has the seer with it. It's extremely rare. Extremely rare lakara. In Gita, it is 0. Gita is 0. Even in Ramayanam, maybe a handful, in the whole Ramayanam maybe. So that is very easy to spot. Very easy to spot. Because the rung, if you have the rung, you should see the pratyaya sya, like akarishyat, abhavishyat. So that will be, I'm sorry, I keep doing the wrong thing. So rung will be, let me copy that, and lung will have lung form will have the sya in it, and which is very rare. Okay, will have the sya in it, and it's very rare. Right now we have not done all the rules. I want to just give you some quick hints, how to figure out which one it is, and it is very rare. So and very easy to spot, and very rare. Now comes the between the lung and the lung. In the lung and the lung, the main thing is that when you have the lung, you will have the gana vikaranam in there. Or I'll make it even simpler for you. You try lat lakara form. Take dhatu bhu. Bhu becomes bhavati, doesn't it? I think you all know that. Bhu becomes bhavati. Now, if I give you the two forms, abhavat and abhut, clearly in the form abhavat, you have that bhava, which is the same thing you saw in the form bhavati. In the form abhut, you don't have bhu becoming bhava. So if you get the gana vikaranam form, which will be same in the lat lakaraha, then that is lung. The remainder is lung. The lung is very difficult. It has many different rules. Okay, so you don't want to go to all the rules in lung. You want to try to spot the lung lakaraha by simply checking if the gana vikaranam is there or not. If you can check that, then you can say this is lung and the remaining is lung. Like for example, apashyat. So dhatu drush becomes pashyati. Apashyat is going to be lung, not lung. Lung will be adrakshit. So adrakshit is, there's no pashya in the adrakshit. So try, you take the lat lakara form which you know. The same angam is there, in that it's going to be lung lakaraha. So in the lung lakaraha, we will have the gana vikaranam, the base with the gana vikaranam. Same, we'll put like this maybe. Same base as in lat. So if you know this much only, without knowing any much more grammar, you can now try to decipher. The moment you see adagamaha means 3 choices: lung, lung, rung. Rung is extremely rare. It has a sya in it, very easy to spot, and you will almost never see it. And even if you see it, you can spot very easily. Now, between lung and lung, take the lat lakara form, which should be known to you, or you can look it up. So when you say the what one, we have a yachata, right? So right now we have form yachate. So yacha is the form. So the same form yacha is going to be there here also, ayachata. So this one is going to be the lung lakara. Also between these two, between the lung and lung, the lung is more common form. The lung is less common form. The lung is more, and lung has many varieties. It has also the vriddhi sometimes, which you know. So maybe I'll just put a couple of things here. You know, in the lung lakara, you know, without going through all the details, what you see is that, for example, in Gita, ashrausham romaharshanam, end of Gita, ashrausham. Okay, let's look at the quick example in Gita. So in lung, you may have the pratyaha sa in there. If you see an extra sa like adrakshit, you may have some vriddhi also. You may have some vriddhi which normally will not come in the lung lakara. These are general you know, guidelines only. Okay, not exact sutrams for you. You may have a vriddhi also. Now, and no gana vikaranam. You will not have the gana sign on there. No gana vikaranam. Gana vikaranam. Vikaranam. So I mean this much is enough for today. Just so remember these short rules, you know. Now in Gita when you say ashrausham romaharshanam, ashrausham, the vriddhi is involved over there. Secondly, what is shru become shrunoti. The shrunu, that gana vikaranam nu is not there. So therefore ashrausham is going to be a lung lakara, not a lung lakara, because when we have shrunoti, you don't see a form like shrunoti in there at all. It's ashrausham, right? So that's what I would like to remember. When you see the adagamaha or the adagamaha in a dhatu, you go through these steps. And if you see, sometimes it will not give you all the answers, but 90% of the times you can get what you're looking for, you know. And then once you know what lakara it is, you can always fill in the steps afterwards. So the verb is ayachata. So kaikayi ayachata. So kaikayi. By the way, look at this word kaikayi. Now this is also a bit of a problem. Normally the word is kaikeyi. Kaikeyi. This is kaikayi. So this is a bit of a problem, because I think you can somehow justify it in some different ways. Chando bhanga bhayat, to preserve the meter, he has made it kaikayi, because in the Anushtup meter, that ending, that last but one, will always be a laghu, not be guru. You can try it. You want to do some practice on this? Take the Bhagavad Gita, and you can practice on every penultimate form. See, bhuya eva mahabaho shrame paramam vachaha. See, vachaha. This va is a laghu. The a is laghu. Laghu means what? It should be rasvaha, and should not be followed by a conjunct, because sanyoge guru. It will be a short vowel, not followed by a conjunct. Not followed by a conjunct. Check this. Always check the second last vowel in the Anushtup will always be a short vowel, and there will be no conjunct following. So paramam vachaha. See, vachaha is a short vowel, no conjunct. Hita kamyaya, again this a is there. There's a conjunct prior to it, but no conjunct following. So the next sloka. You say, you can try this all by the way. Maharshayaha. Maharshayaha. There's a conjunct prior to it, no conjunct following. It's a short vowel with no conjunct following. Sarvashaha. Same thing, no conjunct following. Because that's how the tune goes, you know. Prabhavanna maharshayaha, maharshayaha, always short. Sarvashaha, sarvashaha. Try the next one also, you can try. See, can be loka maheshwaram, maheshwaram, maheshwar. That word is short, maheshwaram. Then same thing, next one, pramuchyate, pramuchya. That ya again is a short vowel, no conjunct, the conjunct preceding, no conjunct. Let's do one more quickly. So we'll do okay, let's take these two, you know. Dama shamaha, again shamaha, same thing, no conjunct following, short vowel. Chabhayam eva cha, again eva, short vowel, no conjunct following. Yasho yashaha, same thing here, short vowel, no conjunct following. Pruthak vidhaha, vi, short vowel, no conjunct following. So that is the rule, one of the rules of the Anushtup meter. Okay, the second last one, will always be a short vowel, no conjunct following. Now Valmiki had a problem here, because if he says Kaikeyi, then the Chandobhanga, the meter is lost, So that is why, so then he thinks what to do now. In fact, there is this one of his commentators gives interesting shloka. He says that Api masham masham kuryat, chando bhangam na karayet. So if you have to give the word masha, masha means like I think those, like an edible, masha comes in the chamakam, right? Masha, chame. So and then you can make masha and make it masha also if you want in the shloka, but never break the meter. Is masham masham kuryat, chando bhangam na karayet. You should not break the meter. So kaikeyi kuryat, chando bhangam na karayet. Don't break the meter. Because it's kaikeyi, again, give you the rule, won't go into detail because we have no time. But in 732, Panini clearly says it should become kaikeyi. Interestingly, Panini actually has a rule for kaikeyi. Part of a rule is kaikeyi. So kaikeyi has a lot of things going for her. But anyway, even Panini has a rule. See, kekeya, he does the adesha, becomes the iya, becomes kaikeya, it becomes keya. This 732 makes it into kaikeya. So, but Valmiki doesn't, he's not. Then you can look at some different ways to justify the form. But the bottom line is, it is the meter. That is the meter. So let's put the number here if you want to look at it later on your own. 732. 732 should give kaikeyi. But for the meter, he has not done that. Kaike, that is the. All right. So let's try to maybe at least we are running out of time. So let me look at the basic meaning. So, okay. So kaikeyi in this case. Ayachata. Ayachata is third person singular. Atmanipada, lung form. So kaikeyi asked, requested. Now, remember I told you that in this language there are 16 roots, 12 plus 4, which can take two objects. Means that they call Dvikarmaka Dhatavaha. And they are 12 plus 4. Why 12 plus 4? Because we have no time today. But 12 plus 4, because when you make the passive form, the 12 behave differently and the 4 behave differently. This yach is in the group of 12. Yach is in the group of 12. So here, when you have two karmas, first of all, do you have two karmas here? Yes, we do. It says, Varam enam yachata. Enam is Dasharatham, Patim. She asked her husband for the boon. So enam is interesting form, by the way. Comes in Gita, right? Nainam shindi shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kredayantyapo, nashoshayati marutaha, enam. This enam is what Panini calls anvadeshaha. Anvadeshaha means something referred to before is referred to again, then only the ena forms can be used. The ena forms can only be used when there is a repeated reference. They cannot be used the first time around. Very beautifully used, because see what Valmiki has done. He already told Dasharataha Ramam Yauvaraja Sanyoktum Aichat. Then enam Kaikeyi Varamayachata. So she asked this same person who we just talked about in the last verse, that same enam is Dasharata. Even in Gita, beautifully it comes, second adhyaya. Enam. Probably Atmanam over there. So beautifully it comes that this, when you repeat the same thing, it's a fantastic usage in this language. When something was referred to before, should be referred to again, that becomes enam. So ena form. So we do have two objects over here. Kaikeyi enam varamayachata. She asked this one, so which is the pradhana karma? Which is the main object? Clearly she wants the varam. It's obvious, isn't it? Kaikeyi wants the boon. I mean, she wants the boon. Now, how she gets it is not that important to her. She wants the boon. So because kartuhu ipsitatamam karma. Ipsitatamam karma. So kartuhu ipsitatamam. Ipsitatamam. Which what she most wants, that will be the pradhana karma. The pradhana karma. So she wants the boon. So that is this. When you yach, so when you say Vamanaha, Balim, Prithivima yachata. So Lord Vamana asked for the earth from Bali. So he wants the earth back, basically. That's what he wants. He got from Bali, that is different. That's secondary to him, But he wants the earth back to give it to Indra, whatever it might be. So here also, Kaikeyi wants the boon. So when you ask for something, what you ask is your main thing, So also one more test is that the secondary object can go in a different case. You can say Balehe Prithvyuma Yachata. So Lord Vamana asked for the earth from Bali, he asked for it. You can make it from Bali. But the varam you cannot change. Dvitiya only will be there. So you can say enam, you can say asmat ayachata. From him he asked. Okay. So we have this dvikarmaka dhatu. So only 12 plus 4 and the synonyms can do this one. I'll give you the number, and unfortunately Panini is very short on this one point. He only gives a very cryptic sutram akatitam cha. If you want to do some work on your own, look at the commentary on this sutram akatitam cha. I think it's 1451. And we don't have time in the class right now, but if you can look at this one, 1451 sutram, that will give you the list in the Vyakhyanam, not sutram itself. So 1451 will give you the list of these. Look at the commentaries. The commentary, Patanjali did the listing of these, gives these 12 plus 4. Vikarmaka dhatavaha. These are, we can take two objects. Otherwise you may be confused. How we take two objects like that? Vikarmaka dhatavaha. You can also take a synonym also. That also is allowed. But I think Yach is in that list. Prarthayata. You can say prarthayata. Same thing, right? She asked, requested. That also would be the same thing. So, okay. What else? There is a tva pratyaya, drishtva. What does that mean? Samanakartikayoha purvakale. Samanakartikayoha purvakale. Means you have the same karta doing two actions. The prior action takes the tva. Samanakarta is clearly Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi, having seen the preparations for the coronation. So tasya means Ramasya. Abhisheka Sambharan, the preparation. Sambhara is like the things which are brought in to prepare for something. Sambhara. So Abhisheka Sambharan Drishtva. Probably Abhisheka Sambharan probably will do it. It's a Tatpusha compound. Abhisheka Sambharan Drishtva Ayachata. So having seen these things, she requested him. Right? And there is a word called Bharya. Very interesting word Bharya was. This Bharya normally is Bhartum Yogya Bharya. She is fit to be supported. So she's not independent, but in this case, she was not really a Bharya because she took charge of the situation. But anyway, so the Bharya Kaikeyi, he says. Bharya Kaikeyi. So she was to be supported by him, but anyway, in this case, she didn't, I guess, act in that manner. Now, she has a qualification, but she's also called Devi. So she was a godlike lady, Devi. Actually, Dev means one who shines, okay? Dev means people, the ones who shine. Dev is to shine. So, Divyatiti Devaha, one of the shining ones, Devi. Then she has one more qualifier. It says, Puram Dattavara. Dattavara Purvam. I mean, Puram is now an adverb qualifying Datta. So she was one to whom a boon was given before. Look at this Pura Padam Nishtha. This is a trademark of Bahuvrihi. Bahuvrihi trademark, one of them is that you see this past participle as the Pura Padam. Sita Prajna in Gita, right? So Hata Prajnaha. So all is like Vigata Kalmashaha, right? So all these Bahuvrihis they will have, because Pani is a system called Nishtha. Nishtha Padam Puram in Bahuvriha. So Datta Varami, Datta is given. And Vara is boon. So you can say Dattaha, Varaha, Yasyai Sa. So she was one to whom the boon was given. And Puram means before. Yes, Vasu?
Satish Ji,
Yes.
what is दृष्ट्वा भार्यात कैकेयी.
Bharya atha Kaikeyi. Atha means then.
Okay.
So it's sorry, I forgot. Bharya plus atha. Atha means then. So Dushtva Bharya atha Kaikeyi. Anantasya Abhisheka Sambharan. So far what do we have? Having seen the preparations for his coronation, then his wife Kaikeyi, who actually fit to be supported by him, she who was given a boon before, who was a godlike lady, she asked a boon from him. And what was the boon? I know your time is out, so we'll continue from here next time. But I'll just continue this last part. Vivasanam cha Ramasya. Now, in this language, one thing which people don't say is the following boon. In English, we say following boon, uttaroktam. But that word following is not used in this language, okay? Nobody will say uttaroktam, nimnoktam, said below, nimnoktam, uttaroktam. Nobody will say that. You have to understand from the context only, So that boon is being described in the next shloka. So in English, we say asked in the following boon. That following you have to always supply in this language. So we get.
But Satishji,
Yes.
at least in this case, that enam is there, no? Varam enam ayachata.
So enam is for Dasharatha.
Enam is for Dasharatha, is it?
So she requested a boon from him.
Can't we say enam is the following?
No, enam is for Dasharatha, not for the boon.
Hmm.
So varam is the next sentence, next part. So
Fair enough.
okay. So vivasanam cha Ramasya. It is all qualified as ayachata. So varam ev. So you can say this is the evam rupam varam. Varam of this kind, which was vivasanam. So you can see vivasanam is in accusative case. You can go with ayachata. Vivasanam means so vasa means vas is to dwell. Vasa means dwell. Vivasanam means exile. Vivasanam. It can be taken actually as a causative form of vas. So vasayati means he makes him dwell. Vivasayati means he makes him dwell outside. So vivasanam means exile. Exiling of Ramaha. And Bharatasya abhishechanam, abhi plus sich dhatu. So sich become abhishechanam, means the coronation of Bharataha. So she asked him the boon, which was the exile of Ramaha and the coronation of Bharataha. Is that right? Okay, let's see. Balaramji is still working. Is he still on mute? Balaram, can we hear you? Can you hear us, Balaram?
Can you hear me now? Namaste.
Okay, we can hear you. Yes, he's back. Okay,
Thank you.
our official translator is back. Very good. Okay. Okay, let's try. Witnessing.
Drishtva.
Drishtva. The preparations.
Abhishekasmabhara.
Only Sambharan.
Okay.
In connection with the installation.
Abhishekam.
Abhisheka Sambharan. So there's separate connection being supplied. So Abhisheka Sambandhi Sambharan. This was called as a Shakaparthiva compound. When you supply something in between, you have to supply something in between. It's called Shakaparthiva. So Shakaparthiva means vegetable king. Shakapriya Parthiva means a vegetable loving king. Like Parshurama. So Parashu Sahita Ramaha. You can say like Shri Ramaha. Shri Yukta Rama, you have to say. Shri Rama is only Shri means Lakshmi and Rama. So we have to supply, in between you supply something that's called a Shaka Parthiva. It's a special kind of a Karmadharya compound. We need to tweak the prior move to make it an adjective. We say once you Parashu Ramaha, that Parashu is qualifying Ramaha. But Parashu is really a noun. It makes Parashu Yukta Ramaha. So Abhisheka Sambandhi Sambharan. So preparation is Sambharan. In connection with you supply that. Installation is Abhishek. Okay, of Sri Rama. What is that?
Tasya.
Very good. Tasya. The illustrious.
I think that is Devi. That's coming in the next sentence.
Devi, correct, Devi. Next shloka. Sentence is not. Sentence is different, shloka is different.
Okay. Yeah.
So next shloka, same sentence. The Queen Kaikeyi.
Does queen refer to Bharya here?
Bharya. I think queen is Bharya in this context. Okay, Bharya. Queen is Bharya, correct. And Kaikeyi is Kaikeyi. We already talked about that. The youngest of the principal is in brackets. who had been granted a boon,
Dattavara,
Dattavara, on a former occasion.
Purvam.
Puram. Okay, let me try to stack these now because it's going to the next page, you know. Okay, let me stack this down here. Okay, I think, okay, I got it. Okay. However, probably Atha, I would think, maybe Atha.
Okay.
There is no however in here really. Okay. Asked him.
Yachat. Enam yachat.
So, ayachata.
Yachata.
Ayachata is asked and of him is enam.
Enam.
Against the problem. The exile.
Vivasanam.
Vivasanam of Sri Ramaha.
Ramasya.
Ramasya. Installation.
Avisheshanam.
And is the cha. Okay.
And is a cha. Yeah.
Of Bharata is
Bharatasya.
If you read this is what I'm saying. If you read Ramayanam like this, you know how much you learned already in this, how many shlokas, 21 shlokas. We have learned so much grammar. We got Kamyach, we got Bhavris, we got Sadhyatas, we got all kinds of things, we got Lung, Lang, Rung. And this is only 21 shlokas. Ramayanam has 24,000 shlokas. If you just read this Ramayanam like this, you will become really Vakpatutvam Syat. You will become a master of speech. This is Valmiki's promise to us, right? So please keep on reading Ram. The whole idea of this second class is to hopefully encourage you to read Ramayanam like this with the beautiful translation that you have and take whatever you can get and practice. Like Balarama just did the translation. Of course, you won't get all the pieces all the time. It's okay, leave it, doesn't matter. Even if you get 20%, 30% also is okay, it's good, it's very good. Read loudly, clearly, take the translation and try to connect with the words, you know. Every time you come back, you'll get 2%, 5%, 10% more. Before you know it, you'll know the whole language. So please practice. It's a wonderful book. It's a wonderful, of course, story you all know. And you'll learn this language very fast. Without any grammar rules, get a good feel for the language. And you'll be ready for grammar after that, okay? So we stop the class again, 8 minutes over. We'll be back for questions if anybody has questions. Ramo Raja Manis Sada Vijayate. Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu Rama Tasmai Namaha. Rama Nasti Paranam Paratalam Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Vo Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rame Te